up, judges? So here is our event number 1 judging video. So this is a 12-minute event. It's going to start out with a full lap around the building. So they're going to take their lap around the building, and then they're coming back here. And then they're going to move into 20 synchro sit-ups, 30 synchro plate pickups, and 40 you go, I go step-ups. And this is what we're looking for. So they're going to start out on the ground. Yeah, hands are overhead. So this is what you're looking for, that their arms are coming off the ground at the same time. Go ahead. And then they're touching their toes at the same time and back. Touching their toes and back. And you as a judge are going to be counting them out. 1. Keep going. 2. 3. Great. Let's see maybe a no rep. One of you go, yeah. No rep, no rep. Yep. And then get them in sync. You can relax. So the biggest thing is 1, that you're counting it out loudly so that they can hear you. And 2, if there is a no rep and you need them to stop, you need to communicate that really loudly. So if you need them to just stop, so if they're starting to get out of sync, you can give them a warning that they need to get it together. And then I want you to make sure you are getting them to stop completely and making sure they know that it is a no rep. Okay? So they're going to do their 20 synchro sit-ups. Then they're going to stand up. They're going to grab their plates. We're moving on to 30 synchro plate pickups. So they're going to stand it all the way up. And then it's going to start with a tap on the ground at the same time. And then they're going to stand up overhead, putting their head through the window. Okay? 2. And I want you to be right in here. 3. 4. Yeah. Hold it up top for a second, guys. So what you're looking for on this is that we have full hip extension and their heads are through the window, as in their ears are either in front of their arms or disappearing in between their arms. And you guys can relax. So for that synchro, you're looking that they tap the ground at the same time and they extend at the same time. And like I said, give them a warning first that they need to get that synchro together. And then if they're doing it for 2 reps in a row, let them know, no rep, you're not together, right? And then we got you go, I go, step up. So one person's going to start with their step up. Hips are fully extended at the top, all the way up and all the way down. There you go. And all they need to do is start their descent for their partner to be able to start going. So like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And that's all there is to it. So like if they were going to short one of these, why don't you short one of these right there? No rep, no rep, no rep. You need to stand it all the way up. Stand it. So if you're no repping them, let them know why you're no repping them, right? Tell them you got to stand it all the way up so that their next set, they go ahead and stand it all the way up rather than not having any idea on why you're no repping them. And that is all there is to it for event number 1. Well, here is event number 2. This is an 8-minute event. First, they're going to do as many goblet squats as they can in a row per partner. And then once they are both done with 1 set of goblet squats, they're going to move on to a 3-rep maximum of the push presses. So this is what it's going to look like. 3, 2, 1, whistle blows. We're repping out these goblet squats, right? So what we're looking for is that their hips get down below the crease of their knees and that their hips are fully extending at the top. And again, you're counting it out. 1, 2, 3, etc. And if you need to no rep them, let them know that it's because it's not low enough or their hips are extended. Once that dumbbell hits the ground, she's done with it. Then her partner is going to pick it up. You'll notice that Jess had the underhand grip. Crystal has the more goblet style grip. If they're holding it this way, I need you to make sure the crown of that dumbbell is staying up at their collarbone. So say she wants to rest, she can rest and put it down there, but that dumbbell cannot hit the ground. So she'd be able to pop it back up if she wanted to and keep going. And again, making sure the hips are equal or lower than those knees and they're extended at the top. And relax. So once they're done with that, they're going to go on to the push press. I will say that novice category, you will have some people that this is just the bottom of their mobility range. If you notice on those novice categories, if that's as low as they can really go, just continue trying to get them to get low. But if they're just short of it, go ahead and let it go and just continue to try to get them to stay low. So then they're going to move on to that push press. Either one of them can start. They're shooting to find their 3-rep maximum. So Jess in some groups might start with a warm-up. Go ahead. It's going to start with racking it up right there, and then she's going to knock out 3 push presses, making sure that her head is getting through the window and her hips are extending at the top. So she did 3 of them, and then her partner is going to take over and do that same thing, making sure that her head is getting through the window, and relax. So you want to be positioned right here on the side of this push press to really make sure that those arms are extending and that head is through the window. So say one of them was done, great, she can be done. Or they can both go heavier. It's up to them to add weight and put it on. And they are going to be instructed to tell you what they think they have on this bar before they start their set, so that you and them are on the same page. So you're just going to make a little note. Jess would tell me she has 80 pounds on there. I'm going to write 80 pounds, confirm it, and then push it up overhead. There you go. And biggest thing is that it has to be 3 consecutive reps in a row. So say she only got 2 reps, right? And then failed. That weight does not count. Her weight before that would be her final weight. If she wanted to go back down, she could if there was still time remaining. But anytime that barbell is unracked, that set is done completely. That's all there is to it. That's event number 2. All right, this is event number 3. 4-minute event. It's a real quick one here. Each athlete is going to do 5 barbell deadlifts. Then she's going to do 5 burpee hop over sprawls, 5 barbell deadlifts, and then her partner is going to take over. Let's take a look. So we got 5 deadlifts, making sure the hips are extending at the top. These are going to be kind of lighter weights for some, so you might see people shorten their deadlifts and not going all the way up. So she's got 5. Then that burpee and a hop over, and a burpee and a hop over. So the FX athletes need to actually hop over. Intermediate and novice can step over, and you're making sure that their chest is hitting the ground. Sorry, that was probably 6, hey? And then jump it up and then step over. So that rep ends with that hop over. On that 5th hopper, then she can do her 5 barbell deadlifts. Great, nailing it. Great. And then her partner will hop in on that next round and do the same exact thing. Yeah, great. Perfect. Crystal, you want to do a set? Yeah. Show me what a short rep would look like. Right there. So she's got to stand it all the way up. There you go. And make sure if you're no repping them, again, it's got to be no rep. Otherwise, I want you counting them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. And then all the way down. And she can also step over. So if she's intermediate or novice, step over. Got to see the chest hitting the ground. And again, that rep, you can step. That rep ends with that hop or step over. So we're making sure that we're clear on counting out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then they're going to start with that burpee. Say that they started with a hop over. That doesn't do anything. That counts for nothing. So that rep is always going to start with that burpee. That is all there is to it. And you are counting total complete reps on this. So it's not total rounds, it's total complete reps. Event number 4, the grand finale. This is an 8-minute long event. Each exercise is going to take 2 minutes. So both athletes are staying in their box for the entirety of that 2 minutes. FX athletes are going to be doing toes above hips, and intermediate and novice are going to be hanging knee tucks. So this is what it's going to look like. Crystal's going to show us the hanging knee tucks. So they're going to be in a dead hang. Go ahead. Her knees are coming above her hip crease, and then her legs are getting straight at the bottom of that rep. So at any point, if she does not go over top of her hip crease, that's a no rep, right? So I want you to be right here, counting them out for them. Yeah. And then her partner can switch in at any time. So I'd recommend after one partner gets off, write down real quick how many that had, because this is combined total reps between the whole event. Why don't you go ahead and show a straight leg, yeah? Toes above hips. Great, so what we're looking for is that her toes are getting above her hip crease and still her legs are getting straight at the bottom. The end. Yeah, go ahead, relax. So partners can switch out at any time they want. Like I said, I'd recommend while they're switching out, make a quick note of how many reps that was, because this whole event is total reps combined. That's it. So when the 2-minute whistle blows, they're going to move on to the next box, which is going to be dumbbell hammer presses. Okay, so for the dumbbell hammer press, that dumbbell is going to start on the ground. Jess is going to pick it up, get a pause at her chest, and then press it up overhead. Tapping the ground again. We need to make them do this pause. So show what it would be like if you didn't do the pause. But bam, that's no pause, right? So we need to get them to pause and then press it up. And same thing as those push presses. We're putting the head through the window and standing them all the way up. So whenever they want, Jess can stop and her partner can go ahead and take over. Same thing. And again, you're looking for that they tap the weight at the bottom, get that slight pause, and then press it up overhead. Just a split second pause, and then right back up. The end. And again, this is total reps. So you've got to keep writing down those total reps as they progress through each exercise. And then we're going to move on to the sandbag. And then so this one is the sandbag to shoulder. So Jess is going to pick it up, bring it up to your shoulder, and then bring it back down. So that sandbag has to come to a complete stop on her shoulder. They just have to tap the ground with it. And we need to make sure their hips are extended all the way up on each and every rep. And then she can rest whenever she wants. Her partner will come in and take over, rest it on that shoulder for a split second at the top right there. The end. And then 2 minutes on the rower. And you don't even necessarily need to demo this. So they can switch out anytime they want, but they can't go into that rower box until that 2-minute whistle blows. So all you're looking for here is at the end of this one, you are going to record what their calories are at. That is it. They can put the damper anywhere they want. They can row like crap if they want. They can move the damper in between if they want. They can switch it out whenever they want. All you're doing is watching how many total calories they get and recording that on your scorecard. And that is all there is to it.